Hi, hello, and welcome to the Daily Tarot Buffet brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess of Lucy. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for the transiting moon in Capricorn, which is most places in the world, the 11th through the 13th. And again, if anything I say resonates deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. If you could, if you would, please. Okay. There's the show notes, the comment section, there's the about section, the channel description. Also, you can book a session, send a donation, leave a review. That'd be greatly appreciated. Right now, the sun is rising every day in Aries. That's typical between March 22nd and April 21st, give or take a day. And when the moon is transiting Capricorn, that's a 10th house event. So typically it could be your career at large. It could be authority figures at large, usually authority figures beyond parental, usually authority figures beyond at least paternal. Okay, so it could be the boss. Now, if it's your work, if you are a boss, meaning like you have more than like employees, like you're the owner of the business or you are the chair of a department, things of that nature, okay? It could also be your reputation, okay? So with it being a lunar event, it's gonna be, illumination, insights versus like enlightenment, action, eye on the prize, which would be solar, okay? So lunar is insights, impressions, okay? Illumination around the career, the reputation, boss, okay, authority, all right? And we have a few transits, okay? So we're approaching like the last quarter, okay? So we have a little sliver of the waning gibbous, right? Which is just kind of, it's initializing, recognizing what we kind of gave up or released. And it also brings in the energy of release. It's confirmations of release or testing the things that we're trying to or planning to release. Okay. And I want to talk about those aspects. So let's get into it. Short on time here. By the way, the video is about 6 hours late. Mama needed her rest. I've been unprepared. I've been trying to catch up. I had an opportunity to do it a few days ago, but I needed to rest. So I did that. So that I wasn't a volatile, cranky asshole. Okay. So we have the transits here. I'm going to read them out. Moon sextile Saturn on the 12th. Again on the 12th, Moon opposing Mars. We have the moon trining Mercury, moon trining Uranus, moon squaring Jupiter on the 13th, moon squaring Sun, moon sextiling Neptune, again, all on the 13th. So, okay, so if it's a waning gibbous moving into the last quarter, we're starting to release. So moon sextile Saturn could be actually when your emotions get easier or they become easier to express. The moon and Saturn are not really things to express. They are embodiments of an expression of consciousness. So the moon would be your inner needs. Saturn would be your outer needs. But Saturn would talk about the law, typically boundaries or karma. And then the moon would talk about taking all those things, especially boundaries and karma, and it's like, to me, the moon is like what the printout on the calculator is. So there's some kind of flow, ease, or opportunity with it being a sextile between the moon and Saturn. So I think we just feel our emotions easier. Things are not so nervous. Things are not so stringent. Things are not so Saturn, strict, sober, severe. Okay. And I think also our true self, our inner self, has a bit of ease navigating through the world or support through boundary standards, laws, or karma. with the moon opposing Mars, there will be some either repression or explosion in the feelings. I feel like we're going to lose our temper or lose our patience or lose our tolerance. And it doesn't need to be a knockdown, drag out, or even a blow up. Okay, but I'm hearing the word last straw. Okay, something, it's been mounting, and it's gonna pop. Okay, whether or not we express it. Okay, so that's moon opposed Mars. Moon, checking the time here on the computer. Let me just look there. Duh. Okay, we're 7 minutes in approximately. Okay, so now we have this moon trine Mercury. So that's an ease or opportunity, but it's really also more of a gift. So there's some sense here of being like-minded, on the same page, sharing ideals, beliefs, agreements, things of that nature. Also camaraderie and help. So that's like cooperation, collaboration energy. And it being a trine, this means that it's a positive energy flow, it's a synergy and exchange, if you would. And it's intellect, reasoning, communication with Mercury, and it's harmonizing with the moon. Okay, trine, moon trine Mercury, that's harmonizing emotions with the intellect. So we might have an ease and flow on our intuition. We might have a deeper sense of, for a few days, of how people are reacting or who people are, how people work. Okay, moon trining Uranus, that's really when things just become easy. We don't have to struggle. We don't have to people, okay, so the Uranus I'm getting is change. Okay, so people become open to change or open to new or open to different. That's moon trining Uranus. I'm just looking at the numerology around there as well. It's capstone energy. Okay, so because it's 2323, so 1123 Greenwich Mean on the 12th. So 23 is the number of the crown, and Uranus is one of those crown energies, sovereign energies. So what I'm getting is that it's an easier, okay, I'm also hearing spontaneous energy flow that's easy, less depression, less erratic behavior. That's what's coming through. Technically, it means something different. Let's keep moving here. We have the moon square Jupiter. Okay, so there's going to be some conflict or challenge or I'm hearing breakdown, but that's not typical for the square. That would be opposition. So we're going to have a little bit of difficulty getting our emotions out there in terms of expanding, in terms of using them, in terms of getting traction. So we will have some kind of energy flow with our emotions, but it's going to be internal, or it's going to be alone to ourselves, or it's going to be in and around our personal environment. When you're trying to expand it out into the world, or when we try to expand it up into the heavens, there's a little bit of a pushback until we see things from a different perspective. So if we're not able to do things differently, things might not change as quickly. Luckily, the moon is a very quick transit. It's literally 2.5 days. So now we have the moon squaring the sun. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of a challenge when it comes to the expression of life. Okay, so we also have the moon sextile of Neptune here. So it's like we know things, we sense things, we have intuition about things, we have dreams about things. We might also have some kind of psychic power, but when it comes to manifesting it, when it comes to interpreting it, when it comes to applying it, okay, there's gonna be a little bit, again, of a conflict. Now, it's not an opposition, it's some kind of challenge here. All right, so why don't we go ahead and get in here and see what's up. I'm disoriented, man. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands. And this is coming in from others. So first card out is a Wands with the Queen. So Three of Wands, Queen of Wands. So Three of Wands in and of itself is this, I'm hearing the solution to everything, especially when there's solar energy in there. The Queen there, that's charisma or leadership. This is somebody needing, okay, broad horizons. And with the Three of Wands, that's a double confirmation. We might be looking to weigh up our options in the future or choose some kind of path. The Two of Wands could be a crossroad. So the solution to everything is what I feel is coming in, and we're manifesting out there. We're manifesting out of something. Now there's three queens here. So that can be conflict, conundrums, competitions. It can also be jealousy with three queens. The Queen of Swords is, I'm hearing competition, but the Queen of Swords is clarity, discernment. The Queen of Pentacles is abundance or worth, fertility, value. The Queen of Wands is leadership, charisma, okay, life force. And then we have this Moon card. So there's things going on behind the scenes, or a lot of moving parts in terms of like spiritual realm. It also, this can be like deep intuition. I'm hearing menopause, so that doesn't always mean that, you know, I don't have a uterus. I'm not all that qualified to talk about it. But when I hear that word, because a lot of times women's issues come up in Moon card combinations, it could also just mean, like I said, women's issues. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so Five of Wands. There's a sense of loss here, grief here, not Five of Wands. Five of Cups, Cinque de Copa. Okay, so I called it Five of Wands. So there is some competition, conundrum, crossing, challenge. There, it's because of karma or yeah, competition. There's some kind of jealousy. Now, I do feel like if this is an opposing side, because really Wands were the first thing out and we have all these queens, if this is the opposing party, they had a loss, okay? So some loss of connection, some loss of illusion, some loss of dream, okay? It can also be that they've lowered their vibration, they've become undesirable in some way. Now they're beginning to fill their soul up with things that are garbage. Five of Cups. It's a confirmation here because now we have a double five, okay? And this is stuff that's approaching. So the 13th onwards. Okay, so this second five, two fives means breaking. So connection broke down. There was some kind of loss, grief. I'm hearing the word mourning. There can be some remorse or regret with the Five of Cups. Now this is hatred. Now it's love and hate. So all is fair in love and war. Two fives, one of them being the swords, technically. Okay, that's all is fair in love and war, especially with these three queens. I'm glad a knight didn't come out yet. So somebody here has been blocked. I feel like this is the other side. I feel what I'm getting is that somebody's been doing something to us that we didn't even know about. They've been doing something behind the scenes in the dark. And I need to get my hair did, really. They've been doing something behind the scenes in the dark, and they're losing now. With three queens, they had a way. They've been waiting on something to arrive, but when it gets here, it's disappointing. Five of Cups, Three of Wands. They've been waiting for something to arrive so that they could have an option. And when they exercise that option, it's disappointing because they got blocked or sabotaged, or I feel like they were a saboteur with this Queen of Swords. You know, a subtle meaning in the Queens is that unlike the kings, which is taking charge, leading the charge. The queens, they're kind of waiting for a moving piece, or they have an operator out there, an informant out there working on their behalf. Usually it's the knight. They're the master of great work, but they're not masters. So with the swords here and the Queen of Swords, because we had the Queen of Wands, the Three of Wands, so that was somebody waiting for the ships to come in. And then we have the Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords. This is somebody waiting for, this is somebody holding like the field down, keeping something at bay, holding up a boundary, or keeping somebody out, okay? So there's a loss here. Somebody is not disappointed, somebody is not, they just move on. So I think really this other person broke up or broke something, whether it was up in a relationship, broke a relationship up, or they broke something and they thought it was going to affect some kind of emotionality. 2-5, something is breaking. Now we have, somebody might have their Venus in Aquarius here. Somebody might have their moon in Aries. It's coming. I'm hearing before the weekend. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, so with this Page of Wands, yeah, somebody was looking, okay, so somebody's gonna be put on blast with the Five of Swords and the Star card, whether it's internal or external. Sometimes you're being put on blast, but it's not on earth, you're being put on blast on heaven. For instance, you were waiting for somebody to get a stroke of bad luck, or you've been sabotaging somebody behind the scenes and then you see them get blessed. So you're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I did all these things to you. Why aren't you suffering? And really God's sitting there laughing at you like, nah, 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 dumbass. I'm getting that energy. We have the Princess of Wands here. So this is somebody feeling bold. They could be, you know, feeling bright-eyed and bushy-tailed as well. And now we have this. Okay, so this is about being blocked, being barred. Okay, and this is somebody feeling prepared with 2 pages. Okay, so this is just multiple phases or collaborators here. And then we have this, so somebody may be in Aquarius rising. We just had the Star card and now we have the Page of Wands. Somebody might be in Aquarius rising or have their Venus in Leo, 7 of Cups. This is somebody mounting an illusion, a smoke screen, some type of gaslighting, love bombing. Now, this is a lie, but not like, it's an untruth kind of lie, not a lie, because a lie is a statement with the intent to deceive. We do have the Five of Swords here. This is an untruth. So basically it's an illusion, something that when the reality comes, you have to change your perspective, your viewpoint. This is also somebody that needs to whittle through options, whittle through opportunities, whittle through stories, whittle through what somebody is saying. I'm already being told, go to the horse's mouth here. 5 of Swords, 7 of Cups. Do not take something from the donkey's ass, go to the horse's mouth. Okay, we have the 9 of Wands. So this is somebody who has mounted a defense. Okay, the 7th mounting a defense. Okay, and now we have 2 7s. So that's a warning about where you've been with this 8 coming out right after spending time. Choose a path and go all the way towards the end. Complete something, because there might be a lot of options here. In the next week or so, really starting towards the weekend, we're going to be prepared for something, probably for some type of completion, culmination with that. It's called the universe here, Il Mondo, the world. And then we have this 4 of Wands. Okay, so yeah, so I feel like somebody wanted to hold on to a relationship or remain in a relationship or remain in an environment, surrounding location. It might have been in a position. It might have been hold on to the position that they created. But this is somebody feeling either connected or loved. The Page of Cups. here. And the ruler of all the pages is the world card. So, and now we have the Empress. So it's just talking about Saturn and Venus a lot here. And then we have the Seven of Swords. So this is somebody mounting an attack. So we were mounting a defense, mounting attack, mounting some kind of illusion. So this is somebody that concocted something by nefarious means. And at the beginning of the reading, it did say that they're becoming a garbage person. They had become trash. I'm sorry to speak that way. That's what I'm getting. Okay. It also means that a week ago, somebody was in some kind of full enmeshment. It's the word that I just heard. Okay, but they were fully inside. They might have been in the heavenly kingdom, but now they're being barred from heaven. Six of Wands, they're losing their spot. They don't know it yet because they still think they have one, and they do have some kind of spot. So they're cleaving, holding on. They wanted to hold on to their position, and now they're trying to hold on to just one thing. That's a sign of slipping. When you go from the Four of Wands to the Four of Pentacles, unless it's about a deal, unless it's talking about money, unless it's talking about contracts, business assets, which can also be contacts, business contacts, I don't like it. I'd rather go from the Four of Pentacles to the Four of Wands, not from the Four of Wands to the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Wands has much more to offer, except, of course, Pentacles is money, but your net worth is more important than your net work. And this is a person that the relationships, the contacts, the people, the souls, the support socially that they had access to is slipping, is what I'm getting. And the Empress is looking right at the Four of Pentacles. So this is a person cleaving, holding on to something. And now we have this Knight of Cups. So this is somebody trying to expand some type of connection, trying to expand some type of social support. And they've manifested some kind of lie. This is what I'm getting. I'm sorry. They're fake, they're a phony, they're an imposter with the Seven of Swords out. Okay, this is, the love is fake. Their gestures of the heart they're imposter, opposer. Three of Pentacles. It is around some kind of community or work environment, or they're collaborating. It also means that over the last week, they've had to get different parts, or they're starting some type of, they're expanding some type of, they're trying to expand some type of position is what I was gonna say, but what I heard was they're expanding some type of fiction. Yeah, because things are shifting around with the Six of Pentacles. They're evening out, becoming fair, becoming balanced, but I don't think the support that they're getting is coming from lies and fake truth. Okay, 2 sixes, a pair of 6 here. 6 of Cups. Oh, they're lying to stay in a situation because it's not going to be safe for them when the truth gets exposed. We don't have the 6 of Cups out. We have the 6 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles. It tells me that it is exactly what I'm feeling and thinking. I'm trying to wait until I see the confirmation with the cards. That's how I roll. I'm not going to change that. But with all the Freudians or the slips, Freud, if we don't like him, always depends. I don't have a preference. Long story short, cognitive science or metaphysician, that Freud can be problematic. Long story short, 2 sixes, a pair of 6s, okay? That typically means soulmate ties. It can mean community, but it would talk about role in community. It's typically talking about gifts being chosen. It's talking about receiving support. It also talks about winning. So this person is mounting some kind of, they're championing some kind of defensive mechanism measure, but they're going to be doing it through love because they're going to be manifesting some kind of social support. And they will be receiving social support. But now we have, this is a person expanding their preparations, okay? And they're gonna be launching some type of attack is what I'm getting, because it's coming out right next to this 7 of Swords. So in a week, they're gonna be launching some kind of attack. It's gonna be one of manipulation. They're gonna be trying to I'm hearing broaden their horizons, but they're going to look very humble, very meek, and that's absolute fiction with the Seven of Swords. It hasn't left this whole time. I'm just getting it's completely fake. I'm seeing somebody do fancy footwork to cover up their BS. I literally heard the word bullish. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles here. They need to be left to their own devices. And towards the new moon, which is around the 20th of April, they're going to start to slip again. So it doesn't matter what they do, what they concoct, what lies they tell, it ain't even going to last 2-3 weeks. So that's a phony hoe. Okay, and again, this is a person coming to the defense of something. Okay, it's an attack though. It's to manifest or maintain an attack. They're trying to put an end to something or clean their slate, clear their slate. Okay, but again, on towards the 20th in the okay, I'm hearing between the 20th and the 27th, it's going to completely slip. It's going to unravel the Tower card. Okay, and that's what I'm seeing here with the High Priestess. That's the insight that I have, and now I can trust all the little intuitive impressions I was getting because the High Priestess came out on our side. Okay, so it's a wrap for this person, unfortunately. With the Ace of Cups, it's a blessing for us to have insight into this because we know exactly how and what's happening. So I think this is with our boss or somebody that has authority over us. I think somebody seized or wrought control. They might have been doing it from behind the scenes. And in the last month or so, we've deeply become aware of it. A month or so before that, we would have started to get the inkling. And now things are shifting. Now things are becoming clear. Okay, so we have the Hierophant here. Yeah, this is our boss, and they're evil. Okay, so this is a corrupt leader. Number one, it can be a tyrant. Number two, we had the Fool card out just recently. So this is the zodiac of Capricorn, CS Vero. However, it's the astrology of Pluto in the 11th or Uranus in the 8th. And remember, I was talking about Uranus earlier. So that Pluto in the 11th, that's tyranny over the collective. Uranus in the 8th, it's giving your power over. I think somebody stole power from us. They had to do it through relationships. They might have been going around behind the scenes, collaborating with people to topple us in some way. And we have come up and come out of whatever that was, okay? Some sense of understanding we have now, not so much about the individual players, but the lies that have been told are starting to unravel. And unfortunately, these lies that were told were about us. We were on the negative receiving end. Come on, if somebody has to lie, if somebody has to gang stalk, if somebody has to collaborate to bring you down, it means they can't do it on their own. And if somebody's doing something behind your back, it means they can't come to your face and do it. So those kinds of things never last for long. It's just how things always align itself. The universe always comes up with a mechanism to even things out, bring not equanimity, but equilateral, to make things even. And frankly, nature abhors a vacuum. So there's always a neutralizing agent to something, doesn't matter how powerful something is. I'm not seeing it in this reading, but I've been getting a lot of readings about very powerful people. And I'm not always talking about like power in the world, lots of money, lots of a large network. I'm talking about spiritual power. I'm one of those people, large, great spiritual power. But there's always a neutralizing agent. You don't want to get too high on your horse, too lofty in your laurels in that sense, because that fall from grace, first of all, if you topple, it's you can't recover, number one. And number two, that gives you some kind of vulnerability thinking that you're untouchable. When you're in that kind of position where you're lofty, you need to just be in a benevolent space all the time, because then it feeds itself. You sometimes have to use your great power, but you're using it to help the world become a bigger, brighter, better place. And when that feeds itself, you're not rationalizing, justifying any kind of evil things. And evil things can just be lived spelled backwards, ignorance of life, you know. Because really it's not about any one individual act, but if you start justifying bad acts, corrupt acts, tyranny in any kind of way, it starts to grow, because you do have an alarm bell the first time something goes off. But if you change around your nervous system, or if your nervous system gets eroded over time, okay, all of a sudden you're doing evil, horrible, tyrannical things on a regular basis, and you somewhat are convinced that it's the right thing to do. That's the energy that I'm getting here, okay, because we have the Ace of Cups with the devil. Okay, so it means being stuck in a bad position, being stuck in a disproportionate, non-mutually beneficial, nourishing needs exchange. To be stuck in a toxic situation actually taught us a lot, because you'll learn a lot more from your enemies than you ever do from your friends. You'll learn a lot more at a rock bottom than a mountaintop will ever teach you. And the only thing your friends teach you, and I hate to say this, but betrayal never comes from your enemy. That's like a Scarface lesson. Your betrayal never comes from your enemy, unfortunately. So I didn't see the 10 of Swords. I saw the 5 of Swords. So somebody was a saboteur. And then eventually the 7 of Swords came out. So they were an open enemy to other people. Other people knew they were an open enemy, but finally we knew that they were open enemies. So that is double, triple, quadruple suck, because there were collaborators. We had those 3 queens come out right away: Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. So somebody had an ego problem, and they felt like they should be receiving whatever blessings, whatever clout, whatever statue, whatever love that we were receiving or about to receive. And they had to go and take it from us through lies, deception, manipulation. 7 of Swords, Temperance, that's manipulation. Okay. So that's what I'm getting. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the pleasure to do so. So this is, I mean, I'm understanding why this is so martial, because we're in war, because we're in Aries season. I hope when Taurus comes around, that shifts, man, because, oh, okay. And then, for real. And then you're going to see the video titles for the rest of Aries. They're going to say something about enlightenment about. Okay, but then when we go to Taurus, it'll say inside about, and then when we move to Gemini, it'll be alignment about, and then when we move to Cancer, it'll be inside about. So just warning, I'm sorry that we're doing all this martial-ish. It's disgusting. And then inside illumination, they're kind of the same, but one is from the moon, one is from the sun, one is from the subconscious, one is from the conscious. Okay, love you, peace be upon you. Please support the channel. And for anybody who has been an A1 day one, thank you for your love, thank you for your support, and thank you for being 10 toes down. And if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome. Have a blessed day. Bye, honey. See you soon. Ciao.